that's your winning face, I'd hate to see you lose.
We underestimated the Constant.
Yeah, he's a glorified desk clerk.
He's not just after the money. He wants it all.
We caught him once, we can do it again. And, well, we're not the ones who let him escape.
You still don't trust her.
I don't like executive decision makers. Look, you don't have to follow her, you know? Soon, this will be over. Maybe it's time to think about the future. You have to face the possibility that there's no going back. If the ICA knows what you did...
She'll make it right. She always does.
We have a fix on Carlisle. Come on. We've got a plane to catch. I hope you like the rain, 47.
Miss Burnwood.
How did you...
I have everyone's number. You really ought to know by now.
You planned this? All of it?
Don't be silly. I just played the hand I was dealt.
We'll find you.
You had me. Where'd that get you?
We handed you an empire.
It's for the best. The partners were complacent, set in their ways. But power is more than just security. Providence can be an agent of change. Surely you understand. Or you will. Soon enough.
She came home.
Carlisle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlisle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlisle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlisle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlisle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlisle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlisle keeps a case file on the Constant. Information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Being Whitman, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madam Carlyle. Who's waiting? Mr. Whitman is here to see Madam Carlyle. You can go right in.
Was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
How are things coming along in town? Is everything ready for tomorrow?
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting. protecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start? At the crime scene.
You assume too much, Madame Carlyle. The crime scene, if such exists, is never where I begin.
Do as you wish. However, I expect a result in a timely fashion. Fernsby will take over from here.
I'm Mr. Fernsby, the butler. I will try to assist you as best I can. Where would you like to start your investigation, sir?
Where's the family? I like to prime the suspects a bit.
Madame Carlyle's family members are all on this floor. Maybe start in the city. If you'll follow me this way. Priming, you say? That sounds interesting.
It's like planting seeds that will grow from telling actions or words.
I see. Do you wish to communicate these seeds with me before I leave you to it?
I already have. And fruit they bear. You are bold, not easily faced, self-controlled, and always a step ahead. All qualities a murderer would benefit from. Wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't know, I'm afraid. If that is all, sir, please do come and find me when you feel ready to inspect the crime scene.
Just one question. Is that burnt leather I can smell on you? Unusual for a butler to burn leather.
I don't know what you...
Seeds, Mr. Fernsby.
Why would
Seeds.
he wait in front of the books when he can play like that? That music makes my heart soar. You and me both. He plays the strings of my heart with that piano. I can feel that.
Listen, Gregory. Something's off. Pruitt got word his motion was rejected. We all signed the bloody thing 4 days ago.
Oh, dear God, not this again.
So I got hold of the officer. He says it was finalized, but then how can it be withdrawn?
Just wait a few days. I'm sure it'll sort itself out.
You have strong feelings, HITMAN. I beg your pardon. An unusual connection.
I do not. Ancestral grounds. Of course I care, but what are you insinuating?
Just an observation.
I could listen all day. He pours emotion into that instrument.
Quite the poet. But you're right. It's beautiful.
Marriage. Splendid dynamics between the two. Loaded with conflict, unsaid fears and desires.
Bad news, I'm afraid.
I could just stare
We
all
don't have
day.
any extra fuses. Ethel looked everywhere.
Got the kid. No power, no work.
And Carlisle will be furious.
So, Madame Carlyle wants a picture taken. If you were to assist with the missing fuse, I'm sure the portrait would be one for the ages.
She expects the family photo to be done any moment now.
I need this shoot to happen, okay? And I need it to be perfect.
Can't we just take a fuse from another fuse box?
I guess we could do that.
Good. I'll finish setting up, and then we'll grab the fuse just before you call down the family.
Good. Yeah, that's a good plan.
You strike me as independent and self-sufficient, taking a break when family life. Perhaps you're also perceptive. Tell me the first odd thing that comes to mind when you think of the last 24 hours.
Let me think.
First thing, don't think.
Okay. Well, I'm sure I left 20 quid in my pocket.
Good day to you, sir.
Came in this morning. No.
Such a bunch of old junk. Must be 100 years old at least. I don't know how the Brits can stand it.
Help the photographer. Find a pretty work. But work. That's all I get first.
Yeah. Frank is busting our
Roger that.
Hello.
Stand up, please. Maybe I'll just ask her out. Get to know her in a personal way.
You could try. Rosie told me Rebecca has a really cool saying, though. It takes a damn fine man to replace no man at all. So you've got your work cut out.
I don't believe for a second that Zachary committed suicide. We'd only just run through his plan yesterday.
Huh? Gala 6 moving in on possible enemy target. Over.
It feels like I can't breathe.
What? Huh? You shouldn't throw stuff like that around, sir.
This seriously needs to step into this century. It's not... Damn.
Stay in cover. Let me through.
Okay, but take manually plugged in fuses? Do they even exist anymore? How old is this shit? Can you please sit down again?
Yes.
If I could just think of something interesting to say during the shoot to grab Rebecca's attention. I had planned to offer her comfort, but Now that Madame Carlyle is dead after all. But I know we're not supposed to talk about it. What's that whole thing about?
Oh, my lips are sealed. Oh, not that I know anything. And you better keep your mouth shut too. You know what's good for you. I'll never get how the rich do things. All this fuss for a pretend funeral. And why not a photo shoot because we're all gathered? Talk about messed up multifamily. And who's carrying the load? I'll tell you
What's
who.
going on?
Us.
Everything needs to be ready for the funeral. It needs to look good for the family portrait.
Yeah, you're the man. Wow. Oh, cool.
Yeah, me here. Just checking out strange sounds. Over.
Damn. That's the way to do it. I like it. Huh?
Nice.
What was that noise? And we're good. No. No! I have a fear.
Oh, sounds like the power's back up. Why don't you take a picture to test it?
It works. I'm ready for the shoot.
Perfect. I'll call the family down now then.
Excellent, 47. Madame Carlyle is on her way down. For the family photo shoot. Let's see if any memorable moments will play out in front of the camera.
You're not. You're a professor, you're artistic, you've got your music. I mean, that's really something.
It's not exactly expanding the Carlyle Empire, though. But thanks.
It's just in front of the fountain.
Hi, good afternoon.
Right ahead, please.
I expect you to be efficient. I have a lot to see to today.
I'll do my best.
Listen, everyone. I understand that you have a lot of questions. Please be patient for a little longer. I will address you in the sitting room afterwards. Right, get in position. Let's get this over with. There's a puddle of water here. Well, never mind. Let's just get this done, shall we?
Chin up, Edward. No one wants to look at that long face.
You're such an idiot, Gregory.
I'm fine, Rebecca.
Fine? You look like a nervous wreck.
Stop bickering.
Well, Mother, you certainly know how to lighten the mood.
Hey, are you okay?
That's Madame Carlyle taken care of. Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
Someone, please, help me! Oh my god, thank god I found you. Listen.
Hey, you! I wish you'd hurry up.
Please.
This place...
Down by the fountain.
Edward, you can't let Mother get to you like this.
You've always been immune to her. How do you do it?
I'm the youngest. Guess I just flew under the radar when it came to her attention.
I don't think so. She really respects you.
If you just stopped craving her approval... You're nearly 50, Edward.
I know. Such a choice.
But you're not. You're a professor, you're artistic, you've got your music. I mean, that's really something.
It's not exactly expanding the Carlyle Empire, though. But thanks. That does help a little.
Hi, good afternoon.
My mother will have things back in order in no time. And that's what she does. Never let
It's just in front of the fountain.
I expect you to be efficient. I have a lot to see to today.
I'll do my best.
Listen, everyone. I understand that you have a lot of questions. Please be patient for a little longer. I will address you in the sitting room afterwards. Right, get in position. Let's get this over with.
Chin up, Edward. No one wants to look at that long face.
You're such an idiot, Gregory.
I'm fine, Rebecca.
Fine? You look like a nervous wreck.
Stop bickering.
Well, Mother, you certainly know how to lighten the mood.
Just take the picture. We don't have all day. That will be enough. No need to spend the entire day here. Please, everybody, go to the sitting room. I need to speak to you all. I want to stress that I expect absolute discretion about everything you've witnessed today.
No one will ever...
coming, Mummy?
I just need some fresh air. I'll be in shortly. You go in. Oh my God, I'll never understand. Gregory is going out of his way to stop me.
Gregory Carlyle?
Quite the detective. Well done. Tell me what else that mastermind of yours has figured out.
I would rather know if your shocking behavior serves other, more sinister purposes.
I do not like the look of you, young man. Oh no! You are clearly insane.
I expect you to be efficient. I have a lot to see to today.
I'll do my best.
Listen, everyone. I understand that you have a lot of questions. Please be patient for a little longer. I will address you in the sitting room afterwards. Right, get in position. Let's get this over with.
Chin up, Edward. No one wants to look at that long face.
You're such an idiot, Gregory.
I'm fine, Rebecca.
Fine? You look like a nervous wreck.
Stop bickering.
Well, Mother, you certainly know how to lighten the mood. Could we have one more? We're having such a jolly good time, aren't we?
Just take the picture. We don't have all day. That will be enough. No need to spend the entire day. Please, everybody, go to the sitting room. I need to speak to you all. I want to stress that I expect absolute discretion about everything
Would you like some
witnessed
help
today.
writing the
No
eulogy
one
for
will
tomorrow?
ever know I was here.
I can draw something up in 15 minutes.
Are you coming, Mummy?
I just
I
need
can't.
some fresh air.
I must do
I'll
it
be
on
in
my own.
shortly. You go in.
Will Mother think if she knew I had help?
Oh my God, I'll never understand the two of you. Gregory is going out of his way to shock Mother with his laziness and neglect. And you self-destruct in your attempt to please her. It's equally hard on the two of you, don't you think? Doesn't make any difference how you behave. At least you're not gonna read hard. Wish I could just shake some sense into you, all of you.
Madam Carlyle wants to inspect the arrangements for the staged funeral tomorrow. What's the delay?
It's the birds. They're making a racket, droppings everywhere. The Undertaker wants them gone. Madam Carlyle. Right state. So, unless you want to take on the birds, I suggest you stay clear of them.
Oh, no, my...
Madam Carlyle is still going ahead with her staged funeral tomorrow, and she wants to inspect the arrangements. How about it, 47? You feel up to giving her the grand tour of her final resting place?
Horrible. Safer for everyone if I just wait here till he says he's ready for Madden.
Using my reputation for this outrageous...
I'm not up to anything, don't worry. They're impossible to hit, devious bastards. What the hell was that?
Oh my god!
Damn birds. If I could just get a clear hit on those nests.
I hope I die in fire. Madam Carlyle is dead, so there is no funeral. Not if you ask me. I thought this was going to be a beautiful service. Well, I'm siding with the Undertaker on this one. It's wrong pretending to be dead. Some things you don't never, not even in the filthy rich.
Finally, the birds are gone. Just run through everything before calling Madam Carlyle down. The birds are gone, and I'm ready to see Madam Carlyle now.
Good, I'll let her know.
Yeah, you. Off you go.
Yes, yes.
Well, I suppose the grim disposition is understandable.
Well done, 47. Madame Carlyle is on her way. I wonder how she will like her final resting ground.
Mr. Parsons, I don't like to be kept waiting. I trust we can be efficient now I'm here.
I can be very efficient, Madame Carlyle.
What's that picture of me doing here? What an awful idea. I want it removed before the ceremony tomorrow. I must say I don't care much for the choice of flowers either. I need a moment to consider what I want. What's that podium? I find that having family members do the eulogy is more often than not a toe-cringing affair. I've never understood the need to publicly display grief. A person... died. Most natural thing in the world. No need to make an emotional spectacle. I hope you haven't planned for one of those.
No, I prefer to keep it simple.
And the gravestone. Granite. Solid. No fuss. I like it. Well done, Mr. Parsons. I approve. So, to sum up, I expect you to remove my picture from the memorial. That was an absolutely horrendous idea. Very unfit for these historical surroundings. This is my ancestral burial ground.
That's Madame Carlyle taken care of. Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
Most natural thing in the world. No need to make an emotional spectacle of it. I hope you haven't planned for one of those.
No.
Step back, will you? And the gravestone. Granite. Solid. No fuss. I like it. Well done, Mr. Parsons. I approve.
Yes. It will mark your grave beautifully.
So, to sum up, I expect you to remove my picture from the memorial. That was an absolutely horrendous idea. Very unfit for these historical surroundings. This is my ancestral burial ground. Simple and clean is how we've always gone about it, and how it will be this time as well. And the flowers, they look more fit for a wedding than my funeral. Maybe something natural, fitting the season and local fauna. Surely you're capable of figuring something out that doesn't look so misplaced. That's all, Mr. Parsons. I have other things to attend to.
Hello, sir.
If you're dressed like a Detective 47, you might as well act the detective. I suggest you go talk to the butler.
No need to panic.
Mr. Whitman, are you ready to inspect the crime scene now?
We're in good time, I think.
I'm getting a headache from all the decisions. I mean, pram or stroller, comforter or not. Should I ask her to marry me? What if she says no? And then there's a big funeral thing tomorrow. It's the last thing I need.
You'll be fine, Robbie. Kids are great.
I need to stop thinking about Emma all the time, but she just makes me so angry.
What is it?
Elaine says she saw her on the top floor, stroking the door to Alexa's office. I kid you not. She can't wait.
Get her hands on Thornton's man.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm ready to see the crime scene.
Very well, Mr. Whitman. If you'll follow me, sir.
How are you?
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. so please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept... Oh! Okay, back to business. Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this.
A hidden door.
Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. Zachary was shopping for New Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47. It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
the groceries arrive? I heard some of the delivery people were
Mr.
unhappy with the
Fernsby,
security at the
I'm
gate.
done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty.
Zachary
and Madame
found dead
Carlyle, her
upstairs
security,
today.
didn't
Death is
arrive
everywhere.
until this morning.
I never thought of it that way.
leaves
Oh, God.
Madame's family
It's such
and
a big
myself
responsibility having a
as
baby.
the only persons here
I
when
have
he
to
died.
protect it, right?
And before you ask,
How do you even do that? I can't
I
do
do
that.
not have an alibi. I was
one.
alone in my
The ones that
office
come after
at the time of
certainly
death.
are a lot less of a
Here's the
worry.
material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
This is very useful information, 47. So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps you prefer searching the manor for clues first? That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmire, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing, really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know,
All right, there.
she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake. A toast to my mother, the living dead.
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
Ah, my perfect mother. Ah, who would have thought?
Patrick Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexei used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
Nah. I reckon Zachary tops himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Phil, did you find out if the vote was notarized? But how the hell did that happen? No, we'll find it. I gave it him in person. He says he got it notarized the very same day.
Fitzpatrick token to Madame Carlisle's daughter.
Rebecca? Yes.
What do you want? A kiss?
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing.
You did make sure she didn't see you give the other one to the butler.
Yes.
Because you had an important call you'd need to take. I remember how the officers were stunned.
Professor Edward Carlisle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all, I have a speech to write.
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. Anything else I can do to help?
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me. I remember when I was 7, and the police came to tell us that Father had died in a car accident. You took in the information and then asked us all to wait because you had an important call you'd need to take. I remember how the officers were stunned by your strength and focus, I'm sure. And I have always strived for that sort of control in difficult situations. I've never even come close. I'll never understand how you do it. Yes, I lost a father that day, but I gained a role model of such high standards that it has impacted every facet of my existence ever since. No, she'll say it's all about me. She hates that.
What Emma did when she arrived.
Tell me.
She scolded Mary for not making the bed the way she prefers it. It's so unfair. She'd just discovered Zachary's dead body and was all shook up. I tried to tell Emma, and do you know what she said? I promise you that. And her son Patrick is dead.
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47, the handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself.
Check on that undertaker in charge of the funeral. I got word he's upset with Madame Carlyle.
I did, sir. It all checked out.
That is the door to Rebecca's room. I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
All gone. No, she's calm as ice. It's just not natural. Please, please, no.
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlyle. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is. 47. That door leads to Emma and Gregory's room. A keychain pendant for the greenhouse. What's that doing in Emma and Gregory's room, I wonder? And why is the key missing? Now this is interesting, 47. A letter from Emma's mother stating that Emma is the illegitimate child of Alexa's late older brother, Montgomery. And listen to this. She claims to have witnessed Alexa and Zachary murder him. The plot thickens.
Yeah, absolutely. Greetings, sir.
Hey, Rebecca.
I bet he's stringing all the girls along with him.
Huh?
What the?
Don Yates, Alexa Carlyle here. You need to explain yourself. I demand that you return my call ASAP.
Hello, sir. You look tanned. I bet Mother spent the last week at her Cyprus estate. Am I right? I shouldn't gossip. But that Emma woman is a tad too busy for my taste.
What is it now?
She turned up and demanded to be put up in Madame Carlyle's bedroom. We're the new heads of the family after all. It is only
Rosie,
fitting.
tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I?
Greg,
I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Thank God Madame Carlyle is still alive.
So 41 guests will attend the funeral tomorrow. There's
Would
still a
you
lot to
mind
see.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
How are things coming along inside? Is everything ready for tomorrow?
Funeral tomorrow. Zachary found dead upstairs today. Death is everywhere.
I never thought of it that way. Oh, God.
Painkiller. Lethal if you use enough of them.
But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47? Mr. Fernsby clearly didn't commit the murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlyle he did. Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
Now Zachary won't get to see the rhododendron ferruginum blossom. They were his favourites.
I know, Oliver. I know. Piece of junk.
Emma Carlyle.
Oh! You startled me.
Hello. I think something's bad.
I was just... I don't know, thinking...
You, sir!
Oh! You startled me.
True identity.
I was just... I don't know, thinking about Zachary.
Don't touch that. Get your hands off.
Hey, you!
I will never again meet someone like that. I can't bear to think of it.
Typical that Annie gets to help the photographer.
Now Zachary won't get to see the residential Merovingian model. They won't.
Emma Carlyle in the greenhouse. How curious.
Why did it have to break on me now? This is the last thing I need.
Broken lab equipment.
Emma Carlyle.
Looks like it was recently used, though.
You startled me. I was just... I don't know, thinking about Zachary. He spent most of his life in here with these plants. Not much of a life, is it? Well, anyway, I'll be outside if you need me. If you'd excuse me.
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want to know?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
I will never again meet someone like that. I can't bear to think of what happened to the rare plant. Now Zachary won't get to see the residential Merovingian model. They were his favorite.
I understand why.
Oh! You startled me. I was just... I don't know, thinking about Zachary. He spent most of his life in here with these plants. Not much of a life, is it? Well, anyway, I'll be outside if you need me. If you'd excuse me.
For me?
I will never again meet someone like Zachary. I can't bear to think of what happened to the rare plant.
I know, Oliver. I know.
bar has been truly...
It feels like I can't breathe in there.
Sheila Westbrook must be rolling in her grave rest or something.
You know, I just have to disagree with you this time. If we were talking about anyone else, you could probably convince me, but you only have to look at the headlines from the past year. The scales have to tip.
My mother, the living dead. That's a little too close.
Hello there, sir. Just keep calm.
Oh, stop pacing, for God's sake, Emma.
How are you?
Actually, we should get back to
Yeah,
it.
I should let you go.
Yeah.
This is a table showing lethal dosages for the poison used to kill Zachary.
Something is circled, 47. Female, age 65 to 79, 60 to 64
I
kilograms.
was just, I don't know, thinking
I'd
about
say
Zachary.
Madame
He spent most of his
Carlyle
life
is
in
next
here
in
with
line for a
these
poisoning.
plants. Not much of a life.
You have uncovered enough evidence to tell Madame Carlyle that Emma is the murderer.
If you'd excuse
Quite the
me.
detective, 47. I'm impressed. I suggest you go tell Mr. Fernsby. Unless you think there are more secrets to uncover.
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
Why waste away in front of the world?
So,
This is Madame Carlyle's office.
No need to panic.
Please step inside.
Your detective skills have gained you access to the Lion's Den, 47. Now, go claim your reward.
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat, please. Go ahead.
Your niece, Emma Carlyle, murdered your brother Zachary.
My niece? Emma is not my niece. She's my daughter-in-law.
And your niece. Emma is the illegitimate child of your late older brother Montgomery, who you and Zachary killed 46 years ago.
That's preposterous.
You asked me to find out what happened to Zachary. Would you rather not know?
No. No, go on.
I found a letter from Emma's mother, Jane, who was the fiancée of your older brother at the time of his death. She witnessed how you and Zachary pushed him off the balcony. She believed you did it to steal the Carlyle empire from her and her unborn child. And she raised Emma to reclaim what she lost, marry your heir, Gregory, get revenge, and secure the Carlyle empire for her bloodline generations to come.
Emma is the daughter of Montgomery and that local girl, Jane.
She is.
Well, the girl got it wrong. I didn't steal anything. I did what was necessary to protect the future of the Carlyles. Montgomery wasn't cut out to take over from father. All heart and no balls.
Emma used the funeral gathering to speed up her installment as the lady of the house, seizing the opportunity to stage Zachary's suicide. She did her homework, used a poison made from one of Zachary's rare plants, found old floor plans from Thornbridge Manor to gain access to his room through a secret passage.
That scheming bitch.
More than you think. I found proof that she will try to poison you next.
Well, I'll have to take care of that. Thank you, Mr. Whitmer. You have not disappointed. I promised you I would reward you generously if you solved the case. So, what do you suggest?
I want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Edwards, the Constant. But how do you... Oh, I see. I expected you might show up. But to kill me, not help me. But I've been wrong on so many things lately, so why not this one? I will give you the file on Edwards. You've earned it. I don't suppose I could convince you to deal with my daughter-in-law now you're here. I would like to see her dead. No? What a shame. I'll have to see to it some other way then.
Just keep calm.
The file you want is in the safe. God, The file you want is in the safe.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secure. Good. Time to take care of Madame Carlyle. Mission complete. Well done, 47.
Oh crap, Alexa!
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
The murder? Was the blood?
No, not that I saw. All I can think about is those swollen eyes.
Check on that undertaker in charge of the funeral. I got word he's upset with Madame Carlyle.
I wasn't in when Madame Carlyle showed up. Oh, my heart would have jumped right out of my head.
"47. They're everywhere. Go, get out! It's the Constantine. Shit!
Don't respond, just listen. Diana can't help you now. You need to find Olivia. She will know what to do. I wish there had been more time.
And then there were none. Thank you, Miss Burnwood. Now, it's my turn.
Stay down. Boss wants you alive.
Yeah? How about now?
Over here! Cover me!
Walk away!
Or what? You gonna take us all on?
Don't.
Tell the Constant to start running!
You think you've won? 47 is out there. And 47 never misses his mark.
Neither do you, Miss Burnwood. That's what makes you valuable.
You're delusional. You think I would betray 47?
Trust me, you owe him nothing.
What is this?
I told you we could help each other, and I meant it. I'll look forward to your call.
Gray is gone. Go to Berlin and stay out of sight. We're all that's left now.